I was born to be free. Don't believe me, just watch. What's up, everybody? Good morning. Happy Tuesday. It is 10 a.m. and it is Tuesday, I think. And your boy is going to be live scalping like I do, baby. But before we get into the live scalping, I want to say hello to everybody and good morning to everybody. And I need you guys to give me a volume check and make sure that we're good. Shouts out to the sponsor of the channel, Market Cipher. The link is in the description down below, which is the only oscillator that you need, in my opinion. We are going to have the dude talk about being hawkish or bearish or bullish. I don't even know. Here in the next couple minutes. It actually might be on right now. He might be live literally right now as we speak. And I am not in any positions at the moment. So, here's what we gonna do. We're gonna try to get our ass in a position. And we'll see what happens. Now, typically what ends up happening... Can I get some green lights in the chat here real quick? I want to make sure that the sound is good. But typically, what ends up happening during these news events is we do end up getting a little bit of volatility here. But, you know, it's very I don't want to say predictable, because we cannot predict the way that it's going to go, but we can predict what's going to happen at our key levels. And so I have a few key levels in mind right now. And like I said, I'm going to try to get into a position. We're going to be watching market structure. We're going to be watching market cipher. And we're going to be ready for this volatility that may come into fruition here. So let's see what happens. I'm not in any positions at the moment. Okay, I was in a short position. Actually, I think it might be time to go short again. I was in a short position. Okay, I was in a short position. And then I took profit on this low. And we SFP'd the low. Okay, so because we SFP'd the low on the 10-year, I decided to get out of the short position because I didn't quite like the reaction coming out of this low here. Though I do think that for longs, I mean, we got quite a bit of liquidity beneath us. So I absolutely believe that they will make a run for this. The only reason that I got out of my short position, what I'm going to say a little bit prematurely, is because there's news right now and because wacky things can happen. And I decided that I want to just get back. Like, I can just get back in at any moment. Okay. So what am I looking at right now? Well, I'll tell you this. 2-minute structure flipped bullish. Okay. If you're following your not really 2 minute, 1 minute. We'll say 1 minute structure flipped bullish coming out of this SFP, essentially confirming the SFP. The only problem with this idea as of right now, and things can change, man. I'm on the 1 minute time frame. I'm scalping. Things can change, and things can change very quickly. So let me just say, full disclosure, full disclaimer. All content presented is a complete joke and should not be taken seriously. Geo is an incompetent 502 3/4 wannabe singing non-financial advisor. Crypto's a scam. Making money online is impossible. Global warming is real, and the earth is flat. Okay, so do not listen to anything that I say. I have no idea how to trade. I have no idea what I'm doing. You're going to lose all your money if you follow me. Don't ever follow me. But I want to tell you this. Right after we got this break of structure here on the 1 minute internally, okay? Internally, we broke structure here. The problem is on the more macro of it. I mean, I'm on the 1 minute time frame, so understand what I'm saying here. We just got an SFP, which is not really what you want to be seeing. So we're going to be watching. Again, in any other case, I would have just held this short. But because it's news and because things can get a little bit crazy at the moment, you know, I wanted to get out. Take a look at the 24-minute. Yeah, I mean, we got bear divs. It's not really anything. The 24-minute is not really bullish, I'll tell you that. I would say if anything, it's pretty neutral. And the reason I'm saying it's neutral is because you have a bear div, and then you also have hidden bear divs with money flow. So it's not actually as bullish as, like, you know, people may think. Yeah, it is possible to pay for VIP with USDT. Hop into the Discord. The link's in the description down below, the free one. And message, open up a ticket, and Dak will take care of you. Anyways, the 24-minute is not bullish right now. I mean, it's not that it's not bullish. I would say it's neutral at best. It could still go up here. You know, we did SFP that low. And so if we don't come back down and start closing below this low, technically speaking, this is your target up here at 58. All of these lines, I'm looking for shorts above all of these lines. I don't care where it is. I don't care if it's here. 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 I'm looking for shorts above all these lines. I'm looking for longs down, preferably below this low. And the reason why is very simple. We do have a lot of liquidity beneath us. And as soon as we get a confirmed structure flip, it essentially indicates this to be our low. Okay, our target. Now, this is not even that low of a target. Realistically, we could target this guy. And even more realistically, we could target this guy because we never came back to that low. So I made a couple of videos saying that I wanted structure to flip bullishly in order for me to have good confidence in a move to the upside. And so long as we do not take this low, structure is more in the favor of the downside. Because if we have something like this, and then we do this, which is exactly what's happening right now, the moment we get that, this becomes your target. And so, you know, that becomes your target. Right? You could argue that at this point we flipped bearish. Actually, it's not arguing. It is. We did flip bearish at this point. And so realistically, that in mind, this by default becomes your target. We just came up now. We're coming up now just to mitigate that zone. Potentially, if we get that structure flip, that confirmation, then this becomes your target. This is your reconfirmation. This is a very easy short down to here. In the event that we get this structure flip, which we're watching for right now. But remember, we are watching and paying attention to news at the moment. Anything can happen, so we are aware of that. So let's see what happens. I'm also watching to potentially SFP this guy here. This is a 4-hour SFP. We talked about it on yesterday's video. So we'll see what happens at these highs. But realistically, if I get a structure flip anywhere, I'm taking that short. Anyways, guys, how we doing? Make sure to hit the like button if you're here. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. And if you're new here, my name is Geo, and every single day I teach you guys why the market moves the way that it does. And lately, I've been doing these live scalping streams. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens here. Yeah, I'm going to pull up the news. Let's pull up the news in a separate window. How do I even... What's the news? Oh, here, Federal Reserve, whatever. Okay, let's see what this Bhakti has to say. This Bhakti. They not like us. They not like us.
We saw the results of that model in 2008. We saw it again last year with the failure of Silicon Valley Bank and Signature. Other regulators have moved forward with a proposal to rein in these reckless incentives. But the rule, Mr. Chair, can't move forward without your and the Fed's moving on it.
If we don't come up right now, this is weak. We're going to come back for the low, and we're going to lose this SFP. This actually could be a short here.
Fed also has the important job of reviewing mergers and acquisitions between and among banks. Over the last several decades, we've seen the largest banks grow into massive, literally trillion-dollar companies, while thousands of small banks in rural communities in Northwest and Southeast Ohio, and
this could be a short.
In those communities, in those areas, and all across America have disappeared. Consumers have lost trusted local banks. Small businesses have lost long-time reliable banking partners. Regulators like the Fed have the crucial job of guarding against mergers that reduce or eliminate competition and lead to bank closures or layoffs.
Too early to tell.
Comment letters to the OCC and the FDIC.
At this point, we're generating quite a bit of liquidity up here. I would like the highs to go. Honestly, I would.
To ensure that its merger review process
they don't have to, though. We'll see what happens here. If we close below this low,
finally, Mr. Chair, you must
actually, you could even argue this one now. If we close below that, you're gonna, we're gonna drop hard.
Confidential plans about
we got to be careful though because it's news right now. What time does the guy come on? Does anyone know what time the main guy comes on?
The board's latest update to its
you can enter on a break or you can enter aggressively using market Cipher.
It still fails to establish the clear penalties needed for
what about that 4-hour gravestone doji?
In violation of the public trust. A rule with no consequences is really not much of a rule at all. The American people need to be able to trust that the Federal Reserve works for them in a time of deep cynicism that people have about.
I'll tell you this, on the 4-hour time frame, we did get a spike wave, okay? So this is a spike wave, absolutely, and we should be looking for longs because of that.
As chair,
we should be, but we need to break this. Like, we need to start breaking some highs.
The Fed's regional banks must do their
you know, they lagged around for so long. I would have thought this would be very bullish, very, very bullish. If we had put in a wick like this, if we came down one more time, it would have been very bullish. But because we didn't, it's not very bullish. It's still bullish, but it is not very bullish. Also, because we front ran our this range-based supply or demand. Sorry, we front ran this guy. So front running this guy is not a good thing, and that's why I made the video yesterday saying that we're probably going to. We're probably going to continue to range here. I said we could SFP that 4-hour high and then roll over and potentially look to range. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens here. But I would like the highs to go. Right now we're showing there is some strength. It's news. The problem is it's news. So it's very high. It's very hard to trade right now, but we'll see what happens here.
I remember back in December 2020.
We'll see what happens. This low has to go. This guy.
Today it's still $3.19 per gallon.
Let's see. This is no longer an SFP. We're pushing up, which is good.
So it's devastating to the average American family.
I want to come take this high. This guy, this guy is your technical target, right? 57.9 is your technical target, which is why I have that pending line on.
Your food up 30%. Your cost of keeping your house cool or warm up 25%. It's not a challenge. It's not unfortunate. It's an absolute crisis. And too many households in America today are living paycheck to paycheck and they fear the challenges that are
Okay,
coming
we're starting to
our
get
way.
vectors,
The
so
headwinds
market makers
brought
are
to us
starting
by
to like
the
enter the
Biden
chart
administration.
finally.
Those headwinds,
Right, we've had a
of course, are seen
pretty
through the prism of
uneventful couple
inflation.
days.
Inflation hasn't been this high since the Jimmy
Uneventful
Carter
couple
years,
days. Let's see
and
if we
that
hit the target.
devastation is being
I want to
felt and
hit one of
measured
the
in
green lines.
households
Any one of the
like
green
too
lines, I'll
much
be way more
month
confident to short.
at the end of the money.
And right now,
That
if we were to get,
devastation
if this turns
is
green
real
and we get
for
one
the
more green
vast
vector candle,
majority of
usually your third
Americans.
green vector candle is going to be much
And the
bigger.
pointing finger,
You're going to get something
I
like
tell you
this.
what, brother, it's
This will
the
give you a
Biden administration
divergence.
throwing
So
the
this
Fed
could be a
under the
short
bus
here.
or
We got to see what
any
happens at these
other way
highs.
they can deflect from the real
You want to know my
problem.
barber?
I've seen it.
Come to Toronto, buddy. I'll hook you up.
Committee
My
hearing
barber's a
after
G.
committee hearing after committee hearing. My friends on the left want to point their fingers at anyone
My barber
other
got
than the
my
real
back
culprits.
anytime. Okay, look. So we just turned into a
1600
green vector,
Pennsylvania
like I said.
Avenue.
This could be
Progressive
3
wish
pushes to
list
the high.
spending
Here's your first. Here's your
projects,
second.
out of control
What time is this candle
regulations of
closes
this
in 1 minute? We'll see what happens. I wouldn't be
continues to
surprised if we
eat
get one
away
more
at
large
American
push up,
paychecks.
potentially hitting all
And they
these zones.
continue to
I would
blame
like,
whether it's
ideally, to
shrinkflation,
take this wick.
greedflation,
Ideally, to take the 4-hour high. If you get a
looking for
4-hour
someone to
SFP,
blame except for
then
Biden
you know, the
inflation.
target becomes very clear, which is the low.
Of Joe Biden's
It makes it just makes it
policy
easier, but we're gonna have to wait and
continues
see, and
to
we're gonna
impact
follow structure here
everyday
as well.
Americans. The American
So we're
people
gonna wait and see. Let's see
through
if we hit the target.
facades, and they want real solutions. It doesn't
They
take
not
a
like
PhD
us. They
economist
not like
to
us. Guys, hit the like
understand
button.
what
We have
the average
110 people here.
American is
Only 26
experiencing
likes.
under this administration.
Hit the like button
President
for
Biden
me,
and my
please. It really
Democratic
helps me out, and I
colleagues
appreciate
pump
every one of you that do
trillions
that.
of
It's a free way to support me.
into our economy. Those
Okay,
dollars
SFP of the low,
increase
target becomes the high.
and
High
pushes
line is pending.
prices
We're gonna see if we SFP the high. If we
It's
SFP
that
the high,
simple.
there's your short.
The American people
Let's
see
get our
and
Bollinger
feel
Bands up.
every single time.
Okay,
See
high
it,
has been
as
hit.
I said earlier. the
Target
grocery
has been
stores,
acquired. I don't know what
gas
that line is. What
stations,
is that line?
at the doctor's
Oh, that's a value area
office.
high.
It's just
Okay.
undeniable
This line has
the
been hit.
impact
It
this
is no longer
having.
pending.
Just last week, we
It has been
celebrated
hit.
the birth of
Well,
our
it's still pending to see if we
birth
SFP it
of
or
this
not.
notion of freedom and liberty.
Let's hide everything real
But
quick.
American families got slapped with the most expensive July 4th on record. with a
Okay, it's
cookout
valid.
This year costing
It's
on
valid
average
30 minute.
30% more than it
When does the
did
30-minute close? In
just
15
a few
minutes?
years ago. I call that hogwash.
I would say it's even valid 45.
What's worse is that
Did
this
he just say
administration
hawkish? Isn't hawkish
doesn't
bad?
want to learn a lesson in economics. Instead of
By the way,
reducing
guys, full disclosure,
push
I
for
know
more
nothing about the
spending and
news.
more
Okay, this looks like
regulations,
it's going to come up and take the highs, which is good.
simply
This is what we
double
want.
down.
We
Let's
want them to
for
take some
example,
highs. I said
tens
that.
of
I said
billions
this
of
in yesterday's
dollars
video.
of student loan forgiveness, constant new plans.
They not like
to
us.
forgive
They not like
more
us.
money.
What do you guys think the
regardless
over-under of him going, they not like
constitutionality
us,
of their
they not
decisions.
like us is?
So
What's
it's
the
important to
over-under
ask,
on that?
Who are these billions of dollars of forgiveness?
Okay, this we already know
actually
played out.
benefiting?
We don't need
Well,
that. That was a quick
the answer
move,
is simple.
actually.
This
Okay, so
forgiveness
look,
scheme
first
will
vector,
result
second
in debt
vector.
relief
If
for
this turns into a green vector and we get
750,000
last push up,
individuals
we might have a
from
short on our
households
hands.
with
Keep
an
in mind
average
now,
income of
look at how much time we have, right?
$300,000 or
Understand
more.
your
And just don't
oscillators.
forget the fact
Understand
that the
like
average
how much
American
time you have.
family
At any
has
point
a
now, at
household
any
income around
point,
$74,000.
if we start to reject, you're
So
gonna
what we're
have
doing with this
spike waves on the 15-minute
unconstitutional
time frame.
student loan forgiveness
Okay?
is
Spike waves on the 15
asking
simultaneously to having
the
these
median
waves like
household of
relatively
$74,000 per household- per
oversold
household
or
to
overbought.
bear the
Sorry,
burden
relatively.
of
Like understand what I'm saying
forgiving
here.
debt
We'll see what
for
happens, but this is a
students who live in
potential like I
households
want to see what
of
happens
over
at anywhere above these highs. I'm ready to short.
$300,000.
Let's jump down to the 30-second
actual
time frame.
cost of
30
this,
second is saying no shorts
Somewhere
yet.
between 870 and 1 billion and 1.4
No shorts yet.
trillion
What
dollars.
is this?
Why have I? Why
Geo
do I
trading
have
lose
to
like a
even ask
madman.
the
Yeah, I'm
question?
trying to
Why
mute
do
the
we continue
news.
to punish
Let me lower the
American
news.
Families struggling paycheck to paycheck with a new scheme to relieve households.
Man, the news is boring as shit. Like I don't know why we're even watching this.
Pretty simple. Politics.
They not like us. They not like us. 20 to 1 under.
Vote after vote for November's election. It's just hard to.
Okay, should we mute the news guy? Are we done with the news? Fuck the news.
So while I appreciate your
Yeah, I agree. Fuck that guy. He's boring as shit. Let's get the music back. Don't care. We know that there's news right now. We know that there's volatility. That's all that we know. All right, here's your third vector candle. This is going to be the candle that decides, okay? If we get a nice green vector candle with a continued move to the upside, we might head towards these highs. If this remains a blue vector candle and it gives us that stopping volume SFP, then that's likely your high. I would like us to come up a little bit higher. I want to at least take this high. At the very minimum, I want to take this high. How long am I going to be live? I have absolutely no idea. I might be on live for another 3 hours. I might get off in 50 seconds. I don't know. But we're looking for shorts. That's what I'm telling you for 100% sure. Let's check our 15-second time frame right now. 15-second, we don't really have any indication at the moment. We do have a slight divergence, but even if that was the high, then I'll get in on this next dot. It's fine. I don't need to get in at the very high. If you know how to trade, you don't need to hit the exact same thing. Right now, we are SFPing the high, correct? Drew, what's up, brother? How you doing? Good to have me back. Yeah, man. Well, lately, we've been doing these scalping streams, and they've been working out very well, so turn up the volume for the music. Are we good now on the volume for the music? Let's see what happens, man. Let's see what happens. Right now, 15 is saying it wants higher. We are definitely in short territory. That I will tell you for 100% fact. And I will also tell you this. Remember, your structure actually flipped bearish at this point. And so, technically speaking, this is a protected high. So, let's see, man. Let's see. I'm not looking along. That is for damn sure. They not like us. They not like us. Hold on. Let's hit this. They not like us. Guys, you're going to get a little bit of a rap right now while we're waiting. Put it on a beat, ho. You guys like They Not Like Us? They Not Like Us. Certified, Wap. Go and fuck them up. Okay, we're getting that SFP, baby. I'm going to mark it as an SFP right now. Ba-ba, na. Beat your ass and hide the Bible if God watching. Sometimes you gotta pop and show him. Certified boogeyman. I'm the one that the better walk about. Pole on the mixed or shit. Bull death row on him. Say Drake, I heard you like him young. I don't know the song, actually. I have the lyrics up and I'm just, you know. To any bitch that talk to him and say that they in love, just make sure you hide your little sister from them. They tell me Chubbas in a minute in the hands down. And a party at the party playing with the nose round. And Baka got a weird case. Why is he around? Certified lover boys, certified pedophiles. Wop. Don't fuck him up. Wop. I might do my stuff. Why you trolling like a bitch? Aren't you tired? I'm not at the right part. Trying to strike a chord. I'm trying to strike a chord and it's probably A minor. Drake got cooked, man. All I have to tell you is that Drake got cooked, man. What? Don't fuck him up. Man, the 24 minute is not bullish, guys. The 24 minute is very neutral. Very, very neutral. And I'll tell you why it's very neutral. Let me tell you why. Let me drop some super hot fire on you, okay? Here's why your 24 minute is neutral. Here's why it's neutral. Number one, we're getting bearish divergences. We already had one bear div, okay? This and this is a bear div. Number one. Number two, money flow. Though it is leading, right now, currently, you have hidden bearish divergence with money flow. Because look how thick and white and gooey the money flow is here, right? Thick, white, and gooey. And here it is not. Yet here the price is higher. So here we got a lot of goo, right? A lot of babies being created here, but none here. So you got hidden divergences with money flow as well. So you have regular bearish divergences, and then you have hidden goo divergences, right? You know, you got to use protection. So that's why your 24 minute is not, it's neutral. It's neutral. I'm not going to say it's bullish. It's definitely not bullish. It might still go up, but it might still go down, right? What? Don't fuck them up. First time over here, Elton John. John, what's up, man? How you doing? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the G Spot. My name is Geo. And I'm glad to have you here, man. Glad to have you. All right. So here's what we said, right? We wanted 3 vector candles to the highs. We just got our 3 vector candles to the high. This one is now leaving a vector candle, which means market makers are limit longing in this red vector, okay? That is important because it implies that we may get that recovery. Now, we're going to have to wait to see if we take this low again. Because remember, this low just SFP'd this low, okay? The technical target for that SFP was this high. Target acquired, target neutralized. But now we're SFPing this high, okay? Like I said, the 24 minute is neutral. So we're not going to go long based on that. Now, what will end up happening essentially is if this candle ends up closing below here, we got to change in structure. Not only are we going to short the living shit out of this scam coin, but in the event that that happens, But we also have good confluence that we will get somewhat of a retracement back into that vector candle in the event that we do not mitigate it on the way down. So like I said, it's a little bit too premature right now to be touching a trade and to know with conviction which way price is going to go, but we're going to be paying attention to that. What? Don't fuck them up. Guys, hit the like button for me. We got 130 people, only 50 likes. And, I mean, that's kind of hurting my feelings, man. Kind of hurting my feelings. How do you switch from card payment to USDT, Luis? Go to the free Discord if you're not in it, which I'm sure you are. Well, actually, you have to be because you are in the VIP. So go open up a ticket under support. I believe it's under the welcome tab. Open up a support ticket, and we will take care of you. Okay, let's see if we get a little dumpy. 8 hour? What about the 8 hour? Let's see the 8 hour. Man, it's not... I would also say neutral. It's not... Nothing... I'll tell you the problem I have. The problem is we didn't take the low again. I said this earlier on stream. If we take this... If we wick down and we took this low, this would be way more bullish. But we did not. So theoretically, yes, we do have a spike wave here, but we still have thick money flow. I'm not saying we can't go higher, but 8 hours is a long time. You could still come take this low and then get something like this. And then that's the dot that produces itself. Now, I've been making videos on my channel talking about the 12-hour time frame. And man, the 12 hours is the exact same thing. We know the number one rule when it comes to market ciphers, the thicker the money flow, the more chances of divergences. I don't know about you, but I don't see any divergences here. Yeah, we have divergences between this wave and this wave, but money flow has been getting even thicker. So I'm very much so expecting to come and take this low. And that doesn't mean we can't SFP the high first, right? If you watched yesterday's video, then I said we could come take this 4-hour high, we could SFP it and then roll over. But I believe, me personally, that the low is not in. No way. There is not enough pain yet. There is not enough pain for this to be the low, and we front ran this green line. So this is even more reason to come back down and roll over. I do not believe in the slightest that the low is in, even if we go higher, right? I will start to think that the low might be in if and when we start closing 12-hour candles above 63K. If we get up to 64, 65, 66K, I will tell you, okay, I feel like the low might be in. But until that happens, there's no reason to get aggressively bullish, not in the slightest. We should be looking to short every single opportunity we can. Keep in mind, guys, you know, like, look at where we've been, right? We're not that far. We haven't really dumped yet. Okay, like you could say, oh man, we're down 27% from the high. We're not really. We're just in a range. Like, we haven't even dumped yet. I'm not saying we're going to, but I'm just saying, like, this is not pain yet. This is not pain yet. Not when you've had a year and a half that looks like this. This is nothing. You want some serious pain? We start talking 30K. 30K is pain. Anything north of 30K, I wouldn't say is pain. I would say is... like, you feel it, right? Like, if somebody scratches you and you feel it, but it doesn't hurt. Anything north of 30K is that. You want pain? Pain is 30K and down, in my opinion. 30K and down is pain. And then you want, like, death is 20K and down. That's my opinion. And honestly, I think it would be sick if it happened. That would be so funny if it happened. I don't think it's going to happen, but it would be very funny if it did. What's up, man? How you doing? You like 48K, maybe? I also like 48K. I also made a video on my channel talking about how many people are placing orders in this area. And the problem with that is this accumulation that we had. Though it was a nice accumulation, we never came back for these almost equal lows, which means we got liquidity here and we have a daily order block just beneath that low. So what I think is going to happen is we're going to rip through this, and it doesn't mean it has to happen right away, right? Like I even, if I bring up my swing TA here, I drew this out. Like we could come down, continue to range, and then come down one more time, right? This is kind of what I'm looking for. But I absolutely believe that we are going to see 50, like this low is going to go, in my opinion, Even in my swing CA, look, I have a line that says unlikely we do not take this low. I think we're going to take this low before we see all-time high. I find it very unlikely that we don't. Very, very unlikely that we don't. Quick question. Saw that on some shit coins we have red vector at the highs from bull run in 2021. Does it mean that we are going to visit them in the new bull run? Yeah, I would say it's likely that many altcoins are going to make new highs. I would say that for sure. But at this moment in time, like this, 2024 is not the year of altcoins. Despite what people are saying, oh, altcoin season, altcoin season. This is not the year of altcoins. This is the year of Bitcoin. And we've seen it already, right? This is Bitcoin's year. 2025 is going to be the year of altcoins in the event that Bitcoin doesn't absolutely shit the bed. Which, I mean, look, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but anything is possible, right? Anything is possible. And now, because the cycle is broken, you know, shouts out to John who says 30K is see you in 4 years. Maybe, man. Who says that the cycles need to remain? The cycle is broken, which means everything that historically happened doesn't have to happen anymore. Right? None of this stuff has to happen anymore. Saying things have to happen is gonna get you in trouble. Oh man, I had Bitcoin can't go down to 58K again. And I'm like, 58K? 58K, bro. Like, they're like, Max Payne is 58K in my last stream. I'm like, 58K? 58K is still in the range, bro. Max Payne is fucking 0. But again, like, the cycle is broken, so we don't need to see 4-year cycles. We're on the brink of war. It's election year. The S&P is like on an absolute bender, never stops. Everything is extremely overextended, man. Like, this is a fucking bubble. Everything is in a bubble. Everything. Look at this. Like, this is insanity. So we'll see, man. We'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right. I don't know. But what I do know is that I'm going to trade every range. I don't care. And what I do know is I'm not going to, like, I'm never going to say never, because yeah, you can get wrecked by never saying never, or by saying never. Morning TA is awesome. We already knew they wanted 60K. Yeah, I mean, it's possible, man. It's possible. We have a nice short zone up there. So it's definitely possible. It's definitely possible. Why are you saying unlikely we don't? Wait, unlikely we don't what? Unlikely we don't make new highs? I think we will make new highs for altcoins. But I don't think it's this year. This is not the year for altcoins, in my opinion. Not yet, anyway. So we're waiting now. It's too early to touch anything, but we are SFEing the high. Right? So if we do SFE the high, then this naturally becomes your target. And if that happens and we close below here, things are going to go lights out for Bitcoin real quick. So we'll see. I'm still currently not in any trade. I'm waiting patiently. People are probably drawing fibs now, expecting somewhat of a reaction off of this. Let's see what happens. Let's get some volume on the chart. Actually, we have a volume. Okay, yeah, we have a value area high deviation as well. Like I said on Market Cipher B here, we are starting to form divergences, right? What? Let's see what happens. If you can't make money on VIP, then you should not trade. Yeah, I agree with that. Where's my treadmill? It's beside me, man. It's beside me. Should I get the treadmill out? What's up, the visionary? How you doing? Hope you're doing well, man. Good morning. Top of the morning. Let's see what happens. Actually, you know what? Let me get my Bollinger Bands back. It's getting tight here. it's getting tight here. Tyler Clark says, just left Casper Discord and joined my VIP. Complete different dynamic. Loving it. Oh, man. Thank you very much, Tyler. I'm glad you're liking it, man. I'm glad you're liking the value in there. Yeah, I'm glad to have you on board, bro. We're doing the new thing with the Nexus. If you saw the announcement, I announced it yesterday. So go check it out if you didn't see it. I'm trying to do things that nobody else is doing, genuinely. Okay, so that might have been the high. I mean, it's partially unfortunate. I'll tell you why. Because again, I want to at least take this high. I want to come higher. But we don't have to. That's the thing. We don't have to. We don't have to. We could, but we don't have to. So we're going to have to just wait and see here. Can I chart some altcoins? What altcoins do you want? Helm, what's up? 2-day Caspa Berdev. Caspa, Caspita. Yep. Yep. Big yup. So here we have, you got an SFP of the high. Caspa is very easy, guys. You have an SFP of the high with a bear div. This is your target. It's not hard. Caspa is coming down. Caspa is going to come down. Bitnuendo says, I just left Randy Hippie for Trader Geo. Well, welcome, man. Welcome. Maybe a swing trade TP hedge. I mean, we'll see. Like, you know, Caspa, for example, doesn't, just because this is your overall target on Caspa, doesn't mean that you have to come there right away. But I will tell you this, you got liquidity here that we did run, but now you're building liquidity here. So, I mean, with Caspa, any structure flip you get bearishly, this becomes your target. And it's very easy. The 2-day is giving it to us. You already know where the target is. It's very simple. Not to mention, in the event that Bitcoin rolls over and dies, okay? In the event Bitcoin rolls over and dies, which I'm not saying it's going to die, but like I said, I don't think that the low is in. I think we're going to come for this again. In the event that that happens, how far is that from where we are now, right? That's another 8%. If Bitcoin goes down 8%, your alts are going to drop a decent amount, at least 10, 15%. So we'll have to wait and see. It's your world. I'm just passing through. What's up, my boy? How you been, man? It's been a hot minute. Dave Digital's in the chat. What's popping? Guys, we are replacing the cucumber emojis. Fuck that shit. We're not doing the pickles anymore. If you know, you know. Our new emoji is the tree. If you know, you know. Shouts out to Alex O'Crypto. Best channel, hands down. I appreciate it. Matic looks like death. Let's take a look at Matic. Let us take a look at Matic. Matic. Sure. Matic looks like shit. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna tell you, man. It's very simple. I'm gonna keep it very simple for everybody so that everybody can understand, okay? And I don't mean that in a condescending way. If it came across that way, please, I didn't mean it that way. This is the situation with literally every single coin, including Bitcoin, and I've been talking about it on my channel. Right? We had a big dump. Then we are slowly creeping up. However we creep up, it doesn't matter, okay? The way that it looks, where the highs and lows are, doesn't matter. The problem is we did not take the low again, which means that at any point, it doesn't matter where it is, at any point, you get this structure flip at any point, then this automatically becomes your target. In other words, the higher it goes, the more bearish it is. With every single coin, Matic is no different, okay? Then, if we come on the 12-hour time frame, which has kind of been my staple that I've been looking at here, okay? My staple time frame, we know the thicker the money flow, the more chances of divergences. It's the #1 rule when it comes to market Cipher. If you don't know what that rule is, let me introduce you to my channel. I have a playlist on my channel talking about market Cipher, okay? I'm not going to say I'm the best in the world at this indicator, but I'm definitely not the worst. So we'll leave it at that. The thicker the money flow, the more chance of divergences. I've been very vocal and very public on my channel about how all the opportunity is going to come on the next 12-hour white dot that happens below the 0 line. as money increases. Because the thicker the money flow, the more chance of divergences is a thing. We expect one more rollover for basically all of the coins, which lines up with my idea that Bitcoin is going to do that as well. And then there is going to be your next divergence. There's going to be your real opportunity, in my opinion. Hey, Geo, is it just me or is ETH looking bullish on the daily? Let's check Ethereum. We'll check ETH here in a second. Tau, TAO. I'll check TAO. Tree equals grower and a shower. Yeah. Guys, are you growers or showers? That's a fucked up question, but I still asked it. Tree of life, baby. Let's go. Geo just went long with OP. What do you think? I'll check OP. Greetings from Malta. What's up, man? My ex was Maltese. Hello, my friend. How are you? Greetings from Toronto, Canada. Did you buy the dip? What do I think about the heat map? I don't really use the heat map. So if you somehow drop me a picture, drop it in the Discord, I'll let you know, but I'm not going to pull it up. Wait, somebody said I'm smoking trees. Is that what I saw? Smoking the trees? I definitely don't smoke trees, man. I'll tell you that. I do not do that. All right, let's check ETH. Do you think ETH looks bullish on the daily? No, I don't think so. Here's what I'm gonna tell you. Oh, you're a grower. I'm a shower if anybody's interested. Okay. So I'll keep it simple. That's your structure. So though you might get, 8% up or whatever, the higher we go, the more, like, I'm looking for shorts, like I said, right? So if this happens, we're shorting that down to here, right? ETH has not swept. I mean, look, it swept these lows, which is nice, and we were calling for that, and that's cool. But it didn't take out this low, and that low did not mitigate this range-based demand, right? And I'm also watching for this daily order block. So for ETH to really truly find a low, I would like it to roll over one more time. I don't think it looks bullish. Anyways, I don't think it looks bullish. It looks not bad. Like, we could get a move to the upside. We're already up 10%. I'm not saying we can't continue higher, but on the daily time frame, ETH is allowed to come back up to 3,500. If it starts breaking this high with a daily close, then I would say, okay, things are looking bullish. Then we can get in on the retracement and long it up. But until that happens, ETH is not looking bullish, just like the rest of the market is not looking bullish. Your ex is Maltese. Yeah, she is. 4 centimeters soft and 7 hard. I probably shouldn't have asked that question. Powell part 2 in cinemas tomorrow. Are we doing... Oh my god, we're doing thing again? We're doing news again? Gio, what do I think of Tron? Bearish div. Sweet on the 3-hour/2 day. 2 day, we do not have a bearish divergence. I'll tell you that. 3 hour, 2 hour. Yo, look at how hard of a bear div this is. Tron gave you, like, this might be the biggest bearish divergence I've ever seen. Like, look at the angle of this line. This might literally be the biggest bear div I've ever seen in my life. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy. Here's like the long story short, guys. The long story short is when it comes to your alt, they all remember the whole market looks the same. We put in a low, and then we didn't come back to test that low, which means at any point you get this. In the event that you don't touch this, this becomes your target. It's very simple. It's not that hard. Okay. All your alts are doing the exact same thing. If Bitcoin gets this, then your alts are going to get that as well. And then you exit all your alts. Simple. Very simple. So right now, basically what we're waiting for is this. Right? That could happen in many ways. We could come up and take the high. Right? We could SFP the high and then close below the low. Or we could SFP any one of these. Or this is your big SFP. We'll make it thicker. That's your big SFP. You could get a nice 12-hour or 4-hour SFP off of this high. And if you get this is the most bearish case. Right? That is the most bearish case. If this happens, that is very bearish. So we're going to be keeping an eye on it. And we got levels up here. So I hope it happens, honestly. I'll short the shit out of it. I hope it happens. In Germany, but moved to Malta because of crypto taxes. Man, that's sick. I hear Malta's beautiful. In the Discord app is the heat map. Let's check it out. Where did you post it? In general? Did you post it? I don't see it. Oh, 3 hour and 2 hour. Yeah. Yeah. That's the biggest divergence I've ever seen, I think. Eyeing up a potential short side. Yeah, so remember on the 15-minute time frame right now, any like if this is the high, I mean really even if it's not the high, any red dot that we get over the next, let's just say at the very minimum, any red dot we get in the next like 6 hours is going to be a divergence, at least with money flow. Right? At the very least with money flow. So I'm saying it's not looking good. You know, you could even SFP this SFP. Right? We could come higher. We definitely could come higher. But you know, you have 8 hours. Every single red dot you're going to get over the next like 8 hours, give or take, is going to give you some divergence in some fashion. Okay? Unless your momentum waves come all the way up to here and then money flow, like it's very basically it's very unlikely that you're not going to get a divergence on wherever it might come into fruition here. Oh, in VIP chat. Okay, let's check VIP chat. VIP chat. Here's your heat map. Yeah, we do have a lot of liquidations, actually. That's interesting. I'm going to start using the heat map. We do have a lot of liquidations here. Let me drag it over for you guys. Actually, you know what? I could just do this. I could just copy the image. So yeah, we do have quite a bit here. What number is that at? Like 50? Oh, that's above these highs here. That's right here. Yeah, 58.6. So let's see what happens at 58.6 if we get up there. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, that's interesting. That's a good observation, bro. It's a good observation. It is looking good to short. Like I said, I'm not interested in longing until we start taking some lows, but really the shorts are looking good. Okay, let's check TAO. Tau is looking strong. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's looking weak. Look, it's the same thing. It's the same as every other time frame or every other coin. Okay, like this is your structure, and you know what? I'll even be nice. I'm gonna even be nice. Here's your structure. Okay, I'm gonna even include the internal stuff. All it's doing is it's recovering back into here. That's literally all it's doing. Okay. So it's not really that it's looking bullish. It's just giving you the retracement that you would expect, right? So it's not really that it's up 36% in 5 days and that's bullish. It's that it went down that much and now it's recovering, right? So anywhere in this zone, realistically, your target, or I mean your structure is pointing down. So in order for it to flip bullish, it would need to close, we'll say a 4-hour candle above this high. Probably take this liquidity. But if we're being real with the structure, remember I said I was going to be nice with it. This is internal. If you want to be real with Tau, it actually needs to take this high, because this is your structure. That's your structure. So you really need to take this high with a nice, decent close. Remember, price is allowed to come all the way back up here while still remaining bearish. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens on Tau. I wouldn't say that it's looking super strong. And this is definitely not the time to long. 1,000,000,000% not the time to long. Remember, you're 12 hours. The thicker the money flow, the more chances of divergences, and we're not getting those divs yet. So I wouldn't be surprised if this coin in this exact zone at some point rolls over and tackles that low, especially if Bitcoin is going to come and tackle its low. So what you would actually be watching for at this very moment in time is a structure flip, right? Look, you're getting bear divs, you're getting spike waves right now currently. This could literally be the high right now. This could have been the high right there. If you start losing this low, that's your clue that you're probably going to come down to at least here. And then if you start closing below this low, then this is probably your high. Then you're probably going to roll over. How far down are you going to roll over? I don't know, right? We also know the thicker the money flow, the more chances of divergences to the upside. And so though you would be getting that divergence here, you could get one more. You could get this, bounce off of this order block, come up one more time, get your 1, 2, 3 tap, and then send it down, right? That's also a possibility. But in general, we are looking for shorts here. We're definitely not looking for longs. I'm definitely not looking for longs. Tell you that. At the gym, no power. You don't have a treadmill. I should hop on my treadmill, to be honest. Let me hop on the treadmill. Let me hop on the treadmill, boy. Did you buy the dip, boy? Did you buy the dip? And it's probably a minor. Certified lover boy, certified pedophile. What? They not like us. They not like us. They not like us. They not like us. Hey. Oh, whoa. That might have been the high. That might have been the high. Bitcoin showing them divs on the 10-minute time frame like I'm not a rapper at all, bro. I could sing it, but I can't rap it. No shot. What? Fuck them up. What? Aren't you tired? Trying to strike a chord and it's probably a minor. Oh, I missed it. What? I'ma do my stuff. Aren't you tired trying to strike a chord? And it's probably a minor. They not like us. They not like us. Certified lover boy. Certified pedophile. Certified lover boy. What? Hey. I get money, I get paper. Yo, should we hit like some of the OG music? Let's go. Let's hit some of the OG shit. No, not this one. Let's go OG, baby. Let's go OG, baby. Wop. Don't fuck them up. All right. Did you buy the dip? Can I please check Tia? Bro, if forex is always a bull market there, I would cry. I'll tell you my biggest weakness. And I'm going to be very like transparent about it. My biggest weakness with trading in a bull market is that they never take lows, and I'm never satisfied. Like, I want them to take lows. So if it's always a bull market, I would be miserable. All right. Yo, Johan says 26 likes only. This channel so underrated. Damn, people. Guys, please do me a solid, man. Hit the like button. Listen to the man. It really helps me out, man. Oh, I gotta answer this girl. All right. Let's check Tia. I think it's looking good if it takes the last high. All right. Tia. Well, Tia's blowing through this, which is cool. So Tia right now. Grill your hair. They not like us. They not like us. They not like us. Oh, that's nasty. That is nasty, lad. That's actually pretty gross. And in a ghetto, ghetto. All right, so here's the deal with Tia. Let me tell you the deal with the deal right now. Ooh, yeah, I'm gonna tell you the deal with the deal. There's two things that could happen. First of all, 2-hour order block perfectly rejected, and we're in a daily order block, okay? If you're taking the structure, actually, it doesn't even need to be from. Wait, what am I looking at right now? Wow, this coin sucks. This coin's been getting fucking wrecked. Anyway. Okay, here's what I'm gonna tell you. We have a daily order block at this high that we're currently in right now. And we just tapped the last order block in that daily order block, which is the 2-hour. Though I agree with you that we need to get above, if we get above that high, it's bullish. I agree with that. What I will tell you is that we have another daily order block just above that level. And so there's two things that could happen. Either we reject from here or we SFP this high, right? Like, because if we don't reject from here, then we're going to keep going higher. And if we keep going higher, you can either close or SFP above this line, right? Above that high, which is the high that you mentioned. So if we start closing, if we come into this daily order block and we start closing here, then it's more bullish than bearish. I agree. Then what do we see here? Well, we have vector candles that we know that we can come back to. Okay. And you're actually going to have a nice daily order block on the low of it. So you would look to long in this zone here. And this zone, I guarantee you, is going to be where the golden pocket is as well. Coincidentally enough, okay? So let's just say it goes like wherever, however high it goes, right? That's also going to be perfectly in line with your golden pocket and 786. So it's pretty coincidence, right? How this just happens to be where your golden pockets are, which kind of gets you scratching your head. Is it really your golden pocket that works, or is it the smart money that works? But anyways, so if you come up and you close above that, then yes, I would look to long this zone here. Absolutely. So this would be a trade setup. It would be very easy. Bang, bang, and then you'd probably shoot it up, honestly, to this high. To be honest with you. Like, we got a lot of liquidity above us, okay? So you could probably shoot it up to there. That's a nice 8 risk reward. Put $1,000 on there. You just made 8 grand. You're welcome. Okay? Very easy. If, and only if, we close above here. We have to close. We have to get into this daily order block. And then come back for the retracement. And actually, if we come and mitigate this order block and then we reject, it's more bullish. Because on the daily time frame, what you would get is you would get a supply to demand flip and then send price higher. It would literally be a supply to demand flip, which is even more bullish. So this would be your trade setup, but you have to close above here. And I would say you have to close a daily candle above here. You have to. If you do not close a daily candle above this level, above this line, this very important line, then it becomes an SFP, which means this is your target, right? And it depends on what Bitcoin's going to do, right? Remember, Bitcoin right now isn't looking the strongest. So if Bitcoin rolls over, then TIA will likely roll over as well. I'm gonna actually put an alert here because this is a good trade setup. Watch for DSFP. If close, watch for swing long. Okay. And I'm actually going to share this with my VIP members, and I just gave it to you now on YouTube for free. But basically, we need this. Must close. Then it comes back, preferably like this. And then the moment you get that, enter. And I'll say, we're going to say 30-minute MSF. There you go. There's your position. Free money. You're welcome. Hit the like button. If it happens. And gives you the confirmation. Don't know if it's going to happen. There's no way for me to know that. But I'm going to put a yellow flag, which tells me to pay attention to it. And I'm going to move it up to my mains. Let's put it there. All right. Forex is way easier to trade. I know. You know what? I'm going to actually do both. Like, man, I've been saying for so long that I'm going to do Forex. I want to do Forex, and I also want to do, like, the ES. So I'm just working on some stuff for VIP. So perhaps I will implement that on the official new launch of the VIP, which happened. We just launched beta yesterday, and on the official new launch at the end of summer. Okay, let's come back to Bitcoin, because Bitcoin, as expected, is kind of giving us a little bit of a dump here. Kind of giving us a little bit of a dump. Exactly as predicted. Exactly as predicted. I get broads in Atlanta. Twisting Dolly in the fan. Credit cards and the scammers. Gio, can I by any chance briefly explain the vector colors on my candles? Yes. So I have videos on it on my channel, but I'll go over it. I've gone over it a few times as well, but I'm gonna try to make it very simple for you, okay? So if you guys can see, if you're new here and you don't know what vector candles are, I'm about to blow your mind. You guys know on this channel I talk about smart money. I don't care about really like the retail shit. I don't care about RSIs. I don't care about fibs. I don't care about, you know, I primarily, I use fibs as confluence, but I primarily am trading smart money concepts, okay? I'm following liquidity. I'm following order blocks. I'm following volume, right? So understanding that, you got to understand what these vector candles are, okay? These vector candles, I have there's 6 different candles. There's my white and black, which is normal. Okay, my white and black candles, which is normal. Then I have red and pink, which are bearish, blue and green, which are bullish, okay? Long story short, what a vector candle is smart money involvement, okay? It is the market makers. Whenever you see a red vector candle, that is market makers limit longing, okay? Limit longing in that candle. And that means market, retail is market shorting, okay? The reason that's relevant is because it represents where liquidity is. When market makers limit longing on the way down, like he is right now, okay? He's limit longing. Market maker is going to have to make a run for his liquidity. He's going to have to recover his liquidity, okay? So it gives us a clue as to where price may go to next. And the easiest way to trade, and I'm surprised that nobody really like mentions this, but the easiest way to trade, let me come to a clean chart. The easiest way to trade is to identify a range and then just trade towards your vector candles. So look at how here you had red vectors down. You should be looking along, right? Green vector gets recovered. Blue vector eventually gets recovered. Red vector at the high gets recovered. Red vector is down, gets recovered by a green vector. Green vector up gets recovered by a red vector. Red vector down gets recovered. You know what I mean? So they usually get recovered, right? And essentially, what vector candles are is tick volume, which is the number of transactions that transact within that candle within that time frame. So what I mean by that is, let's just say on average, on a 10-minute candle, on average, there's 10 transactions, which means money changes hands, Bitcoin changes hands 10 times in a 10-minute candle. Obviously, it's more than that, but we're just going to play make-believe here, okay? A blue vector candle and a pink vector candle indicate 150% or more tick volume, which means that in that candle, there's 15 transactions or more. The green and the red vectors indicate 200% or more tick volume, which means there's 20 transactions within each 10-minute candle. The reason that's significant is because it basically lets us know, A, whether or not transactions are increasing or decreasing, because it's relative to its previous 10 candles, okay? And B, it lets us know where the market makers reside, essentially, in the chart. So here, for example, okay, look at how we have a lot of green vectors, and that's where you get your big move to the upside. But you can tell that it's a false move. It's very easy. You can tell it's a false move because it's within the range, and you're likely going to recover the vectors that are within the range. And we know that they're going to get, like, vectors get recovered, okay? So if you especially start seeing divergences at the highs, you know that they're going to come back for that. That's how you can identify the false moves, right? But what happens here at the high? This was your clue, okay? You have 200% tick volume, 200% tick volume, 200% tick volume, 200, 200. And then all of a sudden, you have a blue vector candle, which is 150 tick volume, right? So that 150 means that you are, like, tick volume has now decreased. So the number of transactions that market makers are basically opening or not opening, but they are trapping, we'll say, have gone down. So if tick volume has now decreased, that's your first sign, and you have a nice stopping volume candle, this is your first sign that you're going to have a reversal, because the market maker is not trapping, or like the number of transactions is decreasing. They're not interested in continuing pushing price higher. Exactly as predicted. That's the hypo crap YouTuber. Yeah. That was a joke. That was not like, I don't actually say that. Awesome stream, man. Thanks. Appreciate it. Yeah, no worries, man. I'm glad that you're here. Bitcoin broke the 5-minute low. Let's take a look at Bitcoin now. So Bitcoin did not break its 5-minute low yet. Did it? No. Bitcoin did not break its low. This is your structure right now on Bitcoin, okay? You have this, you have this, you have this, and nothing else is confirmed, okay? You SFP'd the low, okay? SFP'd the low, indicating that your high was the target. So your high was check marks the spot. Now you SFP'd the high, meaning that your low is the target. Let's see what happens at the low. If we close below this low, that's your high of the day, guys. If you close below that low, that's your high of the day. And we're probably going way lower. I didn't short, was waiting for that last bit of liquidity to get scooped up. Yeah, I know. But it's okay, Ty, because remember, you know, man, what we teach in VIP, you know. You're a G, you know. You can get in anywhere. Remember, we're waiting. It doesn't matter where it happens, right? As long as we get this at any point, we're shorting it. Because structure right now is in favor of shorts. So as long as that happens, as soon as that happens, right, what do? If that is a clean break, we'll call it a clean break, right? What are we doing immediately? Well, after you get your break, you're going to get a mitigation and then a continuation. So we'll get in here, and you'll get in a better risk to reward here than you would have up here. Right? So no worries, man. We can get in anywhere. We already know, as soon as this confirms, we already know at the very minimum, we're coming down to here. Minimum. Okay? Things can change, but your target at the very minimum is here. Your next target is here at the very minimum. But most likely you're coming down to here, right? Most likely you're coming to this. Why? Because if you're following structure from the low, you had, and I'm going to skip some points, but you had high, low, high. Eventually you broke lower. This is just the reconfirmation, right? This is just the reconfirmation. This already confirmed. You already confirmed that this is the lower high, right? Because your overall structure is this. This switch in structure up here already confirmed that this is your lower high. This is just your reconfirmation. And when you have a reconfirmation with structure looking as shitty as this and people getting as bullish as they are, you guys know, man, 1%, 2% to the upside, and Twitter's like, oh man, I hope you guys bought the dip. The inflows. Anyway, so this is the reconfirmation right now. So if this confirms, then we're gonna know, like, that's the high. You're done. So we're just gonna look to short it. Very simple. Now we took the 5-minute low, exactly. And right now we're currently SFPing it. So I'm gonna write pending, and I'm gonna wait because I'm not gonna jump the gun here. They're eventually not gonna SFP every side. Remember, they've been SFPing, right? They've been SFPing. They're eventually gonna break this trend. So I'm not gonna assume that it's gonna remain right now. They can't SFP every side forever. So we're gonna just wait. We're gonna be patient. But I would like to come down and take that low. Let's check CVD. What's CVD doing? Let's check CVD. Okay, CVD is kind of neutral, to be honest. I would say CVD is kind of neutral. I don't really see anything too significant. Let's come on the higher term time frames and let's see. Yeah, it's very neutral. There's nothing really significant. And you can tell that's evident with open interest just being sideways. Right? So market makers are inducing traders right now. Or trying. Remember, market makers' job is to induce traders into committing their capital, right? Well, let's see what's been happening. Price has been coming up. And there's not really open interest increasing. So traders right now are not committing their liquidity. And that's what a range is. A range is, the whole purpose of a range is so that traders will commit their liquidity. Like, that's what the market maker is trying to do. He's trying to get you to commit your liquidity. Running it up slowly is not committing the liquidity. We've also been in a massive downtrend, right? So what happens now if they run price down, okay? They take that low again that I've been saying, and then more people, or we have, let's say we have selling exhaustion, or we range a little bit further, and then when we hit a golden pocket or golden pocket or whatever, that's when we have further CVD and we have a higher high, right? What if this happens later, which can happen? At that point, then I would say, yeah, it looks bullish. Benny Blanco says it's hard to understand. Bro, this is what I'm going to say, man. I have a lot of videos on my channel, and I have a lot of live streams. It's going to take some time, man. I know I'm using terminology that you may not understand, but it's all there. You just got to, like... I have videos. Go watch the videos on my channels. It'll help you. BTC doing its usual thing as of late. SFP everything into a tighter and tighter range. Yeah. Dice, what's up, brother? Can I explain SFP? An SFP is just a liquidity grab. So, like, look here, right? This low's job was to take out this high, and it didn't take out the high. It failed to make a new swing, which is what SFP is, swing failure pattern. It failed to close, so there's a lack of commitment there. It's basically this move, as of right now, is designed to stop out everybody that put their stop losses here. That's all it is. It stops out everybody, and then it moves in the direction that's intended. It's the easiest way to explain it. Trader Geo, I know you don't trade news, but do I think the news today could change things? Well, I am trading today based on the, like, I know that news is like here right now. I know this. So like I'm taking every trade, every idea with a grain of salt, because I know that because of the news, it could just go bang or it could just go bang. Like it could do whatever it wants to. Tino on Traders Reality has some very good videos. Yeah, man. I learned from Tino at Traders on Traders Reality. So go watch Tino because I have nothing but good things to say about that man. Go watch Tino. And then I have videos as well that kind of help simplify it. You know, many people say that they like my way of teaching, and cool. If you like it, then, you know, watch my videos. Many people, I'm sure, prefer his way of teaching. So it's just a different perspective, but I did learn from him. So I very much encourage you to at least consider watching from the original source. And then bounce back and forth. You know, if you like my way of teaching, then great. Okay, so Bitcoin is kind of doing nothing. I'm still not convinced of this SFP at the moment. We'll have to wait and see what happens. But if we close below this line, then I'm looking to short. I believe the high is in, and I will be looking to short. We're at a very decisional moment right now with Bitcoin. And it's quite simple. If you close below here, like I said, you're at the very least, I'm going to say the very least minimum coming to here. You're probably coming to here, probably coming to there, and probably coming to here, right? It's not that hard. But we'll have to wait and see. Right now, this is SFPing, which means this becomes your target. That becomes your target. If this is going to confirm as an SFP, which I don't know. I don't know at the moment. If this happens, this is like, man, market makers are fucking everybody today. Market makers are fucking everybody today. Big shouts out to the sponsor of the channel, Market Cipher B, the only indicator in my opinion that you need, which is this oscillator here on the bottom, which is what allows me to enter my positions. I do have some videos. I do have a big video on market structure. Keep talking way too much. I also, more importantly, if you want to know this, by the way, guys, so I'm working on a complete course right now. I am going to be retiring the boot camps. If you purchase the boot camp bundle, I'll give you the difference of the course. So if the course, I don't know how much it's going to be, but if the course ends up being like $500 and you buy the bundle, then I'll give you the course for $170. So it evens out. But eventually I'm going to be retiring the boot camps when the course is out. But anybody that wants to learn this stuff extensively, I have 4 different boot camps. Okay. Each one is over 3 hours long of all the premium content. And, you know, if you really want to learn market structure correctly, you know, here are your boot camps. And don't take my opinion because I'm biased. I am biased. Full disclosure, obviously. So if you're interested, come in the Discord. The link's in the description down below. The free Discord, and ask people because people will tell you how the courses are. You're just scalping today until the news comes out? I thought the news came out already. Did it not? How do I enter SFP and confirm its rejection? Does the 15 and 30 second help? So it kind of depends, man. It depends on where we are in the chart. It depends on which time frame of an SFP it is. It depends on like many factors. But I would say, yeah, like I typically enter on the 15 and 30 second time frame. Like I use these time frames. I'll tell you right now that your 1 minute structure is this. So your 1 minute essentially is confirming this as a low. Okay. Your 1 minute is confirming that this is going to be your, like that this is going to confirm as an SFP. But I'm not trading 1 minute on when there's going to be news any second. Like I'm not doing that. How much is VIP? VIP right now currently is $30 a month. The VIP prices will be increasing at the end of summer. Yeah, you will still have access to your boot camps. Anyone that has the boot camps will still have access to the boot camps, but I will be retiring the boot camps. I mean, the boot camps will probably just be in the course. Like, I'll just have them additional to the course. But anybody that has the boot camps already will still have their boot camps. Do you need Market Cipher B confirmation? So Market Cipher can help you enter aggressively. Yeah, you would at least wait for some confirmation, whether it's Market Cipher or whether it's market structure. But Market Cipher is the more aggressive approach. Market structure is the safer approach, and the approach that can give you a better risk to reward. No, I didn't give it a long. I didn't. I wasn't watching, bro. When I'm streaming, Drew, like when I'm streaming, and this is kind of right now, we're going a little bit more reminiscent of my previous streams. When I'm streaming, I don't like pay attention, right? My last couple scalp streams, I was just locked in and not really answering questions and not trying to entertain and whatever. But so I'm not like, I gotta lock in, but it's okay. If it was like, if I thought it was very important to try to enter here, then I would be more locked in. But I don't think it's like, it's not a big deal if it pumps. I'm not gonna cry, you know? Also, if I decide I want a long, I'm probably gonna look to long from here. I'm gonna look to long from this box here. Let's check volume. Value area high deviation. Let's check this local. Loco. Let's check that. Okay, don't really care about that, but I do care about this. We'll see. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I'm not convinced that this is an SFP yet. Thank you, Drew. I appreciate you, bro. ETH broke the 5-minute. Yeah, let's check ETH. Let's check ETH. ETH did break the 5-minute. ETH might be telling the story. Thank you for letting me know that. The only problem with that is I don't like the wicks, but remember, Market Cipher is the only indicator that you need. Thicker the money flow, the more chances of divergences, and I don't know about you, but this ain't no divergences, so ETH says lower. Might be telling us the clue for Biddy. For Biddy TC. 1, 2, 3 tap. Let's see. Check 12-hour bull div. Man, it's not that bullish. It's not that bullish. Don't get me wrong. It's not, I'm not saying it's not bullish. It definitely is bullish, but it's not that bullish. It's not as bullish as you think it is. And the reason why is because look how thick the money flow is. The thicker the money flow, the more chances of divergences, right? Look at how many hours already we've had of divergences. Okay? Like we've already been here for 4 days and we haven't moved anywhere. So where are your, like, why is your div not divving? We can't even, we're struggling to even get back into this range. This range up here, we're struggling to even get here. Now, I'm not saying we're not going to go up there, but I'm just saying that your 12-hour bull div is not as bullish as you think it is. Yeah, we could come higher. We could come significantly higher. You know, we're watching 60K. You're allowed to come as high as almost 64K. But in the long of it, I think this is what's going to happen. I think we're going to get this. We're going to get this. This dot is going to give you a new lower low. And that's going to be your opportunity to long the shit out of it. Right now, I see no reason to long. Unless you're scalping. Like, you know. But if you're watching the 12-hour time frame, then you're not scalping. So. It's all around. I'm more interested in shorting than longing at the moment. Rahard says boot camps are fire. Thank you. VIP also. Yes, sir. Bear pennant. I don't even know what that is. I don't trade shapes and stuff, man. So I know what a bear flag, I think. What's a bear flag? Like this? Where it's like this? No, that's a bull flag, right? It's like Nazi sign almost. Bear flag is like this, right? Yeah, I don't even know how to draw it. Now here you go again. It's all around. No, no, no. Okay, so I think that if we're gonna reject, I mean, this is not the strongest spot, but if we start closing above this order block, I don't care about the 786, then I'll close my short. But for now, I'm not convinced that that's an SFP yet. Actually, you know what will help me convince? Let's check the Bollinger Band. Oh, the Bollinger Band is kind of saying that it's good. Bollinger Band is kind of saying that it's good. We'll see. We'll have to wait and see. What structure am I waiting for scalping? 1 hour 15.5. Man, this is like, it's a good question because it's a good, it gives it here. Let me just answer it. It's a good question because the answer is not what you think. That's why it's a good question. And the answer is very simple. Everyone always asks me, what's my favorite time frame? Whatever. I don't care about time frames. What I'm looking for, I care about the chart. Let's just say I'm looking for this. Let's say hypothetically I'm looking for this. Then I will come to a time frame where I see this. So I don't care about time. Time is the same. Price is doing the same thing. It's just a different perspective. I don't care about time. I use different time frames and I use time buckets. So I don't only use the 15, for example, or only use the 30 or only use the 5. I use whatever time frame shows me this. That's what I do. Let's see if we get this roll over here like a puppy dog. I guess we could also reject from where we are right now, which is this order block. So let's see. So like now, for example, I'm looking for a market structure flip or a divergence. Excuse me, I'm sorry. So I'm looking for a structure flip, right? I'll bounce between time frames and I'll look for a structure flip on the time frame that I think is worth looking at. Right now, I don't think any time frame is worth looking at. So what I would want to happen is us to take the high one more time and then come down and then lose that low. And then if you lose that low, you can put your stop above that high and ride that bitch down. How can I tell if it's a confirmed SFP? I'm basically wanting to see the Bollinger Band like be touched, basically. So here, for example, your Bollinger Band was like punctured. Okay, it was punctured. Here it was punctured. You want it to be touched. If you see divs, but there isn't, but it didn't touch your Bollinger Bands, it's less likely to work. Like you want to see it get tapped. It's just better. It's just better. Sometimes it doesn't tap it, and then I'm like, I don't know. It's not as good. And it's very simple. Like your Bollinger Bands will deviate from side to side of your bands and then come back to the median, right? Thank you guys. Thank you. Here comes la 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 la. Freeze. What was the coin at the beginning of the stream? I said, oh yeah, it was Tia, right? That we might have a short on our hands right off the bat, and I said that might be the high. Okay, so let's use Tia as an example, right? I would say this is your significant low that needs to go, which we're not really losing yet. You could also have, if you wanted to get a little frisky with it, you could have also done this and said your 2-minute structure broke here, but it's not really the cleanest. And I don't really scalp altcoins, so I wouldn't enter on that. But, you know, this is definitely an important point, this line. So if you get a close below here, goodbye. See you later. Hope you took profits, or hope you take profits, because we're going down. It's not that hard. And if you're lucky enough to get that retracement, then you just do this. Look. And then as soon as you see that, there's your entry. Like, it's... Trading doesn't need to be hard. Gio, I know you don't teach the order blocks on live streams, but for us, the poor people, could I tell me if Lux Algo is something similar? Here's what I'm gonna tell you, bro. Okay, listen, Bitnuendo, my friend. You've been in... Are you in the Discord? You're in the Discord, right? This is what I'm gonna tell you. This is my advice, okay? I'm gonna tell you my advice, and then I'm gonna make you a deal, because you're always in here, and I appreciate you. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give you guys my opinion on Lux Algo, and for you, sir, Bitnuendo, or ma'am, open up a come in the Discord if you're not in there. I don't remember if you are, I'm sorry, but you're always in the streams. Open up a ticket, and I will give you the order blocks boot camp. My gift to you for being here consistently with me. I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. But here's what I'm going to say about Lux Algo for everybody else. Lux Algo works, like, to an extent, okay? Now, there's no right or wrong way to trade, but I believe it is important to try to keep trading and the rules as objective as possible. And based around my order blocks, I follow very specific rules, okay? Lux Algo does not follow the rules that I follow, obviously, because why would it? So for that reason, I do not recommend using Lux Algo, because, you know, it's hit or miss. Whereas my order blocks, based around the rules that I follow, are what I'm going to call higher probability. And especially if you can build your narrative like I do every day around where price is going to go, and you can build a story like I do, because the candlesticks tell you a story, and you don't just say, oh, a red dot, I'm going to short and hope for the best. No. Especially if you can build a story, you can really get accurate with your order blocks. And this is why, as of late, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, but as of late, I've been pretty, like, spot on. I've been pretty spot on with my analysis lately. You know, I'm not always right, but I've been doing very well, and I knock on wood, and I hope that I keep doing well. But I've been, you know, following certain rules and stuff. Now, I will tell you this, Bitnuendo, my friend. Open up the ticket, but I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to give you full disclosure, okay? Yes, I am in a short. I'm going to give you full disclosure here, man. This is an extension. Your order blocks is an extension of market structure. Okay, structure is your first one. So if you don't know structure, your order blocks are still gonna help, but they're not nearly gonna be as effective. And I'm not gonna give you both for free. I'm not that nice. But I'm just saying, I'll give it to you, no problem. But just understand that you should know structure before you know thing. Okay, I'm gonna go off camera for a second because I have to pick my nose. Hold on. Every little day that I think of you, so come on. I'm a little bit sick, so I kind of have a runny nose. What time is it? 11:30? Your boy's got to go to the gym. How long we been streaming for? My goodness, an hour and a half already. All right, let's see if this breaks. If this breaks, I'm going to leave you because I'm going to tell you what to do, and then You're gonna do it, and then we're all gonna make trillions. I'm not gonna tell you what to do. I am not a financial advisor, but I'm gonna tell you what I'm going to do. And if you choose to listen to somebody that is short as 5'2" 3/4, then I cannot help you, man. Cannot help you. Geo, can I draw a 15-minute structure on Solana? Yeah. Every little thing that you say or do, so come on. Okay, so Solana. I would say Solana is probably looking the best out of all the altcoins. That's number one. Solana's probably looking the best as of right now in this moment. Definitely looking the best of the altcoins, and it's very simple. It's because it came back down to take that low. Okay, for this reason, it came and took that low again. Solana is looking better than everything else. But here's what I'm gonna say. Here's your 15-minute structure. So I mean, there's no point in doing it beyond a certain point. So here's your 15 right now. Okay, we're gonna skip some points because that shit doesn't matter, but we had low, high, low, high, low. I don't know if that took it, but we're gonna skip it. High SFP, low, and then high, low, high, low, high, low, high SFP, and then low. Okay, that's your structure at the moment. So in more recent candles here, right, we had to break a structure to the downside that got disrespected. Okay, and then we came up here, hit the high, flipped bearish. So you shouldn't have been longing beyond this point, right? No one should be longing this. Then you had potential to flip bullishly. But what do we know about SFPs, man? Right? Look at where your low is. That's your low. This is your high. This was an SFP. Same time as Bitcoin got its SFP, which by default means what? Here's your target. Target has hit. Target has been neutralized. And not only has the target been neutralized, but you have a break of structure. So you should be looking for lower high to make a lower low. And remember, they tripped you up here. They tripped up the structure traders, tripped you up there. And then continued bullish. Then flipped bearish and then immediately gave you an SFP, right? And then now the odds of them tripping you at the low and then coming up again and taking that high again, I would say is unlikely. Like, they can't do that forever. They're going to eventually have to stick to a direction. And so right now, because this is a break of structure, it is foolish to assume that we're like, this looks like a good high, right? It's foolish to assume that that's going to fail at this given moment in time, right? Just based on the way that things are right now. So where could we reject from? Here. If Solana does this, gives you that, you can short it, stop above there or stop above there, and then ride her down. Okay. Bullish CVD on the 1 minute. Bella ciao ciao ciao, seppellire, you're coming with me. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Like, here's what I'll tell you, okay? From this point to this point, we made a lower low. And then from here to here, we are getting less trades, okay? Less open trades. And then from here to here, we have a higher low. So we have exhaustion here, okay? It's not, you could say, yeah, we have slightly bullish CVD because you have exhaustion. Yes, I'm not going to disagree that. I'm not going to discredit that, okay? Followed by your exhaustion, you still have lower lows, and then you have a higher low here. But the problem is that open interest is not increasing, which means that you don't have new positions shorting. You have old longs exiting their positions. Okay. So this part is slightly bullish, nothing crazy. It's a 1 minute exhaustion, right? 1 minute exhaustion only. But this is not, even though it looks bullish, it's not bullish because these are not really new positions. Like, okay, you could really debate it, like really debate it. Depends on where you pull it from, right? But let's call this flat. If we're ever 50, this is how I work. You guys can do whatever you want. Here's how I work. If I'm ever 50-50 on something, and you know, there's definitely a bullish case here, but there's also a neutral case, I'm gonna take it neutral. Like I'm gonna take the safer approach and say that this is sideways CVD. This is not a directional CVD. And because of that, I'm not gonna say, okay, that's a bullish CVD, I'm longing the farm. Like this is sideways to me, right? I'm not gonna, you know. And because it's sideways, that actually indicates that people are closing their longs as opposed to new shorts coming in and then them getting them being absorbed. So now what might happen, for example, and we'll keep an eye on it, is look at how CVD is coming down still. If open interest continues higher and CVD continues lower and price doesn't make a new lower low, now that's going to be bullish CVD. But for right now, in this moment, I'm not convinced yet. Not convinced yet. So we'll see what happens here. We will have to see. There's definitely potential, right? There's a case for it, but it's not, I don't buy it yet. How do I make a call when there's so many conflicting indications to long or short? That's a good question, Sonny. And the answer to that question is wait for your key zones, man. I've played the game of trying to long and short in the middle of nowhere and it just not really playing out. Yesterday was one of those days. Yesterday's price action was very strange. It was kind of an anomaly, to be honest. It was a really weird structure or really weird price action. But when you are at a key zone, you typically will not have that many conflicting signals if that key zone is going to work, right? So now we're starting, okay? We're starting to get a little bit more bullish here, okay? Starting to get a little bit more. Ever so slightly more bullish. I'm still not convinced, but we are getting a little bit of bullish CVD. And that also, by the way, lines up with the idea that your 1 minute flipped bullish, which confirms your 15 SFP, right? So theoretically, this low should not get taken again. I'm just not convinced with the data presented at this very moment in time. This is too shallow of open interest. I want to see open interest do like this angle, like a better angle than this. I want to see open interest do this. Give me this, and everything else remains the same. Give me this. That looks good to me. I don't want it to be, I don't want to be guessing. I want confirmation. I want to feel secure about it. If we take this high and we close above this high, then we still have this guy to worry about, but we'll have to wait and see. And even if I get in higher, that's fine. If we break that high, I'm not going to need to like, and then we come down, I can still just cover that low or cover this low. Depends on what happens, right? I don't need to get in right now and then speculate. It's irrelevant to me. I can just wait. I can get in from anywhere I want. I can get in from anywhere. And if this ends up being a local low, then we would expect them to come and take these highs that we're waiting for anyway, right? Like, we're waiting for them to come take some highs. Oh, wait, this is Solana. The hell? Right? I said in the beginning of the stream, I'm waiting for one of these green lines to go, and I am more comfortable shorting those green lines. What is CVD about? CVD essentially shows you... It essentially shows you where people are market longing and limit longing and stuff. It shows you market maker activity, long story short. Long story short, shows you market maker activity. Now here you go again. You say you won't believe in it's all around the ocean. Na, na, na. Mm-hmm. It does. CVD only shows market orders, but then it's basically like algebra. Like, you need to find the missing variable. So if more people, remember, open interest is our positions entering or exiting the market, right? So if positions are entering the market and those positions are shorts, it means more people are market shorting, right? Because it only shows market orders. So if more people are market shorting, yet price is not going lower, the only explanation for that is that market makers are limit longing here, and they are absorbing the shorts, which will eventually send the price up. Because when there's no more limit orders to get absorbed, or no more market or shorts to absorb, price will be sent up. So it's like reverse, like it's algebra basically. You gotta solve for X. And that's the only thing that makes sense, because if more people are shorting and price is not going down, that means that those orders are getting absorbed. And CVD shows us that. Yeah, that's why we combine it with open interest. What time frames do I look for divergences when I'm close to an SFP? It depends on whatever time frame that SFP is. If you're at a 4-hour high, you're watching the 4-hour and down, right? Like, if I come, I'm going to exaggerate it, okay? I'm going to exaggerate it right now. I'm really going to exaggerate it. This was a 1-minute SFP, okay? You're not going to be looking for a 4-hour divergence on a 1-minute SFP level. But if you're at a 4-hour SFP, you know, you're going to be watching structure. You're going to be watching many things. Depends on like, I don't want you guys to marry time. People are too obsessed with time frames. Which time frame do you do this on? Which time frame do you do this on? It's not about the time frame. It's about the pattern. If you want to see this, you come to the time frame that shows you that. If the 5 is showing you this, but the 10 is showing you this, then you use the 5. You don't use the 10. So find out what you want to see and then do that. And same with market cipher, you know? When we're looking for spike waves, I bounce between. And if I see a spike wave on a time frame that I am comfortable using based on what's happening, then I will stick to that time frame. I'm not like, oh, I only use the 15. And a lot of people come and they like, oh, you know, what about the 24? What about the 12? And that's cool, man. I use them at the beginning. I don't knock the 12 and the 24 at all. You know, a lot of people learn that from Jay, and myself included. I don't use them anymore because they're not smart money time frames. But I don't marry the time frame. That's something that I deviated away from, you know, what I'll say everybody else. I don't marry the time frames. I marry the patterns. If I want to see this, I will come to a time frame that shows me this. I marry the pattern. I don't marry the time frame. Because even though we're going through it and it makes you feel alone, just know that I will die for you. I'll tell you this, we got a 15-minute bull div. We'll tell you that. We'll absolutely tell you that. Anyways, guys, we've been on live for almost 2 hours now. So I'm going to go hit the gym. I'm bored. Bitcoin is making me bored. So to all 140 of you that are here, thank you for being here. Here's what I'm looking for. If this SFP ends up failing, which is kind of looking not great at the moment, why are we not getting that move up? But if that SFP is going to fail, then on literally any retracement, I'm going to look to short it. And if it doesn't fail, then I'm going to look to short above any of these lines, but preferably above this line here. And I'll be looking for a 4-hour SFP of that zone. Aside from that, my friends, I am a pattern trader, correct? I'm not just a pattern trader. I use, like, I guess you could call it patterns on like market cipher. But if you're laughing because you think you cornered me into saying that I'm a shapes trader, that's not what I am. I don't do that. Definitely don't do that. But I pay attention to what I want to see on the chart. Like, there's no pattern for this. There's no head and shoulders for that. I mean, if you do that, sure, but I don't trade it because it's a head and shoulder. Anyways, you get my point, man. Get out of here, guys. Have a good day. Trade safe. And I'll see you guys next time. Set my heart on fire. Set my heart on fire.